When Kara and Miguel moved into Unit 3B of the Hartwell apartments, they were just excited to be living somewhere that didn't smell like mildew. The building was old, sure, but their unit had charm. Creaky wooden floors, stained glass above the doorframe, and a sun-drenched window that overlooked the ivy-choked courtyard. For the first 2 months, the apartment above theirs, Unit 4B, remained empty. Occasionally, they'd hear a maintenance guy walk through or see the superintendent, Tom, fiddling with the door, but no tenants. That changed one Tuesday evening. Kara was coming home from her shift at the bookstore when she saw 2 people unlocking the 4B door. A tall man in a tweed coat and a woman with short gray hair. They were older, early 60s maybe, but elegant in that quiet, careful way. They smiled when Kara greeted them. "We're the Finches," the woman said. "Harold and Lenore, we just moved in." Miguel had made lemon pasta that night, and they both agreed the new neighbors seemed pleasant, polite, unassuming. But within the week, they started hearing things. Not loud footsteps or parties, nothing normal. Instead, it was always subtle. Chairs moving very slowly, like they were being dragged across the floor an inch at a time. Water running at 3:17 in the morning, then stopping. A rhythmic tapping from the corner of the ceiling, like something drumming their fingers, except always the same pattern. Tap, pause, tap, tap, pause, tap. It began to unnerve Kara. Miguel, ever the skeptic, brushed it off. "They're just night owls. Maybe Harold sleepwalks." But Kara started noticing other things. Every time she left for work, she saw the Finches standing behind the lace-curtained window, unmoving, just watching. Not waving, not blinking, watching. Always in the same clothes, always together. One day as she left, she waved at them. They didn't wave back. By week 3, the air in their apartment felt heavier. Kara began to dread coming home. She couldn't explain it, but it was like the walls were holding something in. The sound of the Finches' movements above became more synchronized, like 2 people pacing in unison, back and forth, for hours. And then came the phone call. At 2:41 a.m., Kara's cell phone rang, unknown number. She answered, groggy. All she heard was their own ceiling noise, the dragging chair, the rhythmic tapping, the trickle of the water, and breathing. Her own apartment's ceiling noises were coming through her phone. Miguel called Tom, the super, the next morning. Tom frowned. "You said the Finches? Harold and Lenore?" "Yeah, what about them?" He hesitated. "That unit was empty until yesterday. I just handed the keys to a guy named Jared. Young guy, lives alone. No Harold or Lenore." Kara and Miguel looked at each other. Later that day, they knocked on 4B. No answer. But they heard the same chair dragging sound right at the door. The next morning, Miguel saw Jared outside, coming in with groceries. Mid-30s, headphones in, nodding politely. Miguel stopped him. "Hey, do you live in 4B? "Yeah, just moved in on Monday, still unpacking. Why?" "Have you met anyone else on your floor?" Jared blinked. "Nah, man, it's just me up there." Kara and Miguel didn't sleep that night. Every sound above them now carried an intention. They could hear the pacing again, but now it wasn't just back and forth. It was circling, like the Finches knew they were being listened to. The next morning, they packed a weekend bag and stayed at Miguel's cousin's place. When they came back Monday to check on the apartment, everything felt off. The plants were wilted. The air was dense. The hallway lights upstairs flickered like in a horror movie. But this wasn't a horror movie. They went to speak to Tom again, but Tom didn't remember them. "Sorry," he said, looking genuinely confused. "Did you say you live in 3B? I thought that unit's been vacant for months. We haven't had anyone sign a lease there since the water damage." Kara's voice caught. But We've been there since February. Tom blinked. No, you're mistaken. They rushed back to the apartment, pulled out their lease agreement, but it was blank. Just pages stapled together with no names, no signatures, no header, no address. And then came the knock at their door. They froze. 3 knocks, then silence. Miguel opened it. The hallway was empty except for 2 things: a teacup on the floor filled with black water, and a folded note with 1 sentence written in precise cursive. We were never above you.